Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, Love, Truth, and Wisdom Tarot Guidance. My name is Sharnetta. I hope you all are having an enjoyable day or evening or afternoon wherever you are. So today I'm here to bring you another pick a card reading, and today's question or topic is going to be what changes are going on within you. So this reading is going to be all about changes that are occurring that you're conscious of or maybe unconscious of, or no matter your awareness of whatever changes are going on within you, we're going to look into them and see, maybe an easier way to navigate them if you're aware of them, maybe bring it to your attention if you're unaware of them, because we're always going through changes and we're always, evolving, and we just, it's good to just make sure, like, okay, is this, am I really going through this change? Am I really feeling this way? Or is it like all up in my head? Because sometimes we can kind of talk ourselves out of changes or talk ourselves out of something that we're going through, even if it's for our betterment. So we have three piles here to choose from. We have the first pile here with the blue lace agate. We have the second pile here with the carnelian stone, and then we have the third pile here with the labradorite crystal. So feel free to pick more than one if you feel guided to do so. There may be more messages in other piles that will resonate with your situation or provide extra guidance or clarity to your situation. Now keep in mind that this is a general reading, so please just take what resonates and leave the rest. Do not make it fit if it doesn't fit. I am available to do personal readings, and all that information will be down below in the description box. And then I just want to give a big thanks for all of you for liking, sharing, subscribing, supporting my channel in any way you felt guided to do so. I honestly really appreciate it, and I love you guys so much. Thank you for all your trust and support, and I'm so glad that these readings are providing you with some type of guidance and clarity to your situation. I really, really do appreciate it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. So without further ado here, let's get on to your reading. Now my first pile, so if you chose the blue lace agate crystal, this is your reading for what is changing within you, or what changes are going on within you at this moment in time. So first thing here that really catches my eye is the seventh house in Chiron. So we have this seventh house represents relationships, relating, how you relate to other people. And then Chiron is the wounded healer. So it represents how we heal, our healing powers. It also represents our personal development, inherited karma or issues, trauma, for our betterment. So we learn how to heal through our traumas. You get what I'm saying. So okay, so these two cards are really standing out to me first. So I do feel like if you chose this pile, this is in relation to someone else, other people. This could be a romantic relationship, this could be business relationship, this could be both. It could be all relationships. Something is going on in your seventh house, something may be transiting in your seventh house. You could have Chiron in your seventh house, or you could have Chiron in Libra. Libra represents the seventh house. But something's going on in terms of your balance with other people. I think a lot of you who chose this pile are learning how to balance yourselves better with other people, maybe being more authentic or kind of seeing things from an objective perspective. Even this is about also sharing. It's about it represents marriage or contracts, justice, balance, social awareness, companionship. So I do feel like, honestly, what's changing within you is how you relate to other people. I feel like because the blue lace agate crystal is about emotional healing through communication. So I do feel like a lot of you are trying to, or in terms of like what's changing within you, you're wanting to speak from a heart place, like a heartfelt place. You're wanting to speak your truth in a more vulnerable way. I'm feeling like this, like something about this is your purpose. So you could be wanting, I just got tarot reader. So some of you could be wanting to read tarot, and learn how to read it for like your friends or families or just your close loved ones, but wanting to make it more of your purpose, wanting to make it more of a healing type of journey, or a healing, what's the word? Like a healing career, I guess you could say. That wasn't the word I wanted to use, but yeah. So I do feel like that could be something that's changing within you. You're just wanting to be more emotionally available. That's like the gist of it. Emotionally available or more emotionally open, because maybe some of you have been closed off, and maybe some of you even my gosh, have had fears of being emotionally vulnerable, emotionally open to people, even people that you're close to. I don't think this was something that came easy to you. Why can't I speak? See, this could be the issue you could be having. So what's changing within you is like, maybe you're not used to talking this way, like talking about feelings, talking about your purpose, talking about what you like to do or what you love or who you love, or even saying, saying to someone you love them. This is something very foreign to you, because I feel like I'm like stuttering over my words. So this could be something that you could be doing as well. So this is what's changing within you, being more open, being more sensitive, I guess, and being more confident in yourself and what you say and how you speak. Also being able to forgive other people. So this could be a partnership. This could be a business partnership. This could be a best friend. This could be just someone you have a very like intimate, close, like one-on-one connection with, and learning how to resolve some pain. You know what I mean? Make amends with someone. I feel like this is what's changing within you. And I feel like this is changing because you're learning to make amends with yourself. You're also healing yourself, because right across the 7th house from the 7th house is the 1st house, which is yourself. This is why the 7th house is representative of relationships or relating, because you can only relate to someone as well as you relate to yourself. I hope I said that right. But yeah, so I think you're learning how to relate to yourself more. I think you're gaining more insight on inherited issues or inherited generational trauma, I guess. For some of you, this is about shame. Like, I feel like there's some type of inherited issue around shame, like, your parents like shamed you a lot, or it's really like common for people in your family to be ashamed or to be shameful, or to be shamed or something like that. For some of you, that could be it. For others of you, I think it's just a lot of pain around how you grew up, around how you were raised, or just something around like childhood. It's like generational trauma though. So I do feel like this is something that happens in every generation, in each generation. Like, it happened to your parents, it happened to your grandparents, like, and now it's happening to you. And I think you're meant to break that generational trauma curse type situation. So I feel like that's what's going on within you. And with your tarot cards here, we have the 4 of Swords, the King of Wands in reverse, and the Moon in reverse. So yeah, I do think there's a lot of repressed pain and trauma that you're dealing with that's wanting to come up. Slowly but surely it is. I think you've been thinking a lot about this, honestly. I don't think I'm telling you anything that you are not already aware of. So and I feel like you feel like this is your purpose. You're here to break those curses, those generational curses, those traumas, those issues. You're here to cleanse yourself of that. You have really deep and spiritual powers. You have very strong healing powers when it comes to other people. I feel like you're a healer. So like one-on-one, like there's something about one-on-one clientele. Like I'm getting like you could be a Reiki healer, or a quantum healer or something like that, where you kind of work with someone one-on-one to kind of heal any inherited issues, self-doubt, shame, stuff like that, like any pain from them. I do feel that you, when it comes to this being your purpose, there are some limiting beliefs you have around this, because it's not something that is really, let's just say this is like frowned upon in your family or something. This is not something that your family would want you to do. This is not something that they understand. This is not something that they would really consider as a career or something that would be financially stable. So you're really kind of taking a leap of faith here. And I do feel like I feel like if you feel like this is your purpose, you're just starting this. Like, this is not something you're already in. If some of you it could be, but I'm getting the feeling like this is something you've been thinking about doing, is being a healer of some kind, whether it's through tarot, Reiki, meditation, music, just something, I think, or like a doctor or some type of like physician of some kind. Like, I think you're wanting to do this. I think it's more in the spiritual realms, like in the spiritual field, but it doesn't have to be. But there are some subconscious beliefs that are impeding your progress on this, and it comes from some type of inherited trauma or inherited issue, I guess, some type of generational thing, something your parents told you or something. I just feel like your family or your caregivers are worried about where you're headed or something like that, like what path you're on. I feel like this is not the norm, like to them, quote unquote. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is just something that's not, you're kind of stepping outside the box, you know, you're making your own lane, and they're worried about it, and they're just kind of like feeding you with all sorts of like doubt and shame, even maybe. And just a lot of people are projecting their own issues onto you. And it doesn't have to be your parents. It could be a loved one. It could be your partner. It could be a best friend. Just someone you're close with. I feel like they're not on board, you know, or people that you're close with are not exactly on board. So you're kind of just in this place of like thinking, and you're thinking that, I feel like you're in two minds about this. So on one way, you're thinking that these people are overbearing and like really obviously like being like, you know, negative towards you, or projecting their own issues and insecurities onto you. And in another way, you're thinking like, well, are they right? Like, am I being unrealistic? Am I not going to be successful in this? I do feel like you have this vision, you have this intent to do this. This is your purpose. I guess you know what you're here to do, but there's like confusion. Basically there's confusion, there's fear, and this is all repressed. So this might be coming up, and I do feel like these people are showing you what's already within you, if that makes sense. So if someone's coming to you, let's say your best friend's coming to you and you're telling them that you want to be a Reiki healer, and they're just like, you can't do that because this and this, or you're not gonna make money in that, or that's not the norm. Like, you don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Some like bullshit like that. And you're kind of just like, well, that was mean. Like, that was negative. Like, that wasn't really supportive. You know what I mean? But then on the other hand, you're just like, well, is my best friend right? Like, I'm confused. And it's because you have this confusion going on within yourself. This is like, this person or these people are just reflecting what's going on with you. Some type of wound, some type of pain, some type of like doubt, basically, that you need to release, that you need to make amends with, that you are here to do that anyways. You're here to grow from that, but people right now are showing you what's going on within you or what needs to be healed, so to speak. Especially with the thinking woman. This could be like a woman in your life, like I said, a best friend or a mom or a cousin or a sister or something like that, someone that you are close with that you need to heal, that is really like projecting or showing you a lot of insecurities in a way where they're kind of putting their insecurities onto you, if that makes sense. And they're doing that because you're meant to heal this. You're meant to kind of make amends with this and to heal this relationship with them. Because I do feel like whatever relationship you have with them, it's not like the most solid. It's been maybe a little tough recently, or it's just been a little, what's the word? It's just been a little like, not toxic. That's no. I mean, for some, it's just been a little like not great. Like, you know what I mean? I can't find the word, but you know what I mean? It's just been difficult to deal with, you know? And this doesn't mean that you're supposed to let that person go. I think there's a really big lesson here about you healing something with this person or people, you know what I mean? It could be more than one person, but there is something for you to learn here. And I do feel like there's a need for shadow work here, because with this limiting beliefs card, it does speak about shadow work, checking in with yourself, rewiring your subconscious, because your beliefs are impeding your progress. So maybe you're looking into subliminal work and how to kind of change your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind rules like 98% of your life, basically. Like, that is how we all run from the subconscious mind. Only like, 2% of like, we're only like conscious 2% of the time. So maybe you're learning about that type of relation to your mind and stuff like that. And that could be something that you want to work on healing and whatnot, because like I said, all of this is repressed in the subconscious, and the moon does represent our subconscious, and it is in reverse. So this is something that maybe you've been blocked, or you don't know why you keep doing certain things or engaging in relationships with people that are traumatized, but like that are just trauma-based, or have a lot of issues, or are very doubtful or something. And it's because you have this inherited belief about relationships. You have this inherited belief about that's very fear-based, that's very kind of that doesn't support personal development, that doesn't support your healing powers, that doesn't support your growth. So you're learning how to change that through your subconscious, which is really, really great work. Also really, really challenging and hard, but totally like very, very rewarding. Trust me, I've done it. So it is, it takes a while, not gonna lie. Well, at least it took me a while. But once you definitely see the results of it, like, no, like, hands down. Like, this is something that I feel like a lot of us should explore more of, because, like I said, our subconscious mind rules like 98% of our lives, and we run from that. And you should just, to figure out what type of programs your life is running on, because a lot of us are not aware of it, that we're running off of trauma, we're running off of inherited issues, we're running off of doubt and stuff like that, and we don't know why. Even if we consciously say we want to do something and then we end up doing the exact opposite, it's because of your subconscious mind that already has that program. So a good person to listen to, if this is relating, well, she does relationships, but a good person to listen to is Thais Gibson. She does a lot of, she's the founder of the Personal Development School, and she does a lot of subconscious programming, like, videos on YouTube. So how to, like, rewire, how to train your subconscious mind, that are really, really helpful in relating to all relationships, honestly. So I would check that out if this is something that you're resonating with, because I do think that will be really helpful to your purpose and like what you're doing, because I do feel like a lot of you are a little bit stuck right now, and you just kind of have to do some more introspection work. There's something you need to heal from. So this could be a relationship you need to heal from, and maybe you've just dealt with this really hard, difficult relationship, and it's really embedded or impeded in your subconscious programming, and now you feel like all relationships are just doomed, or all relationships are just whatever. And that's just your subconscious, because I feel like deep down, like on a soul level, that that's not true. You want that to change, basically. You don't want to keep believing that, but you keep acting as if that's your as if that's your like soul belief, when it's really just a subconscious belief, if that makes sense. So yeah, there's this, what's changing within you is how you're relating to others, is how you are becoming more balanced in yourself, and how you deal with opposition, how you share, how you are aware of yourself and others, and like having that interdependent type of dynamic with other people. The Thinking Woman talks about like analyzing, being really logical, not really being in the heart space, but also really kind of seeing both sides, being objective. It kind of reminds me of the Queen of Swords type of vibe. It really speaks about having a plan, writing things down, really kind of focusing and setting an intent that I want to heal this, I want to change this, I want to do this, and really taking the necessary steps in order to see that outcome kind of come to fruition, if that makes sense. So yeah, that is what I see for you guys. So I'm going to leave it here. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this resonated. I hope this provided you with some type of guidance and clarity to your situation. If not, feel free to take or pick another pile if you feel guided to do so. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Take care. Hello, my second pile. If you chose the Carnelian stone, this is your reading for what's changing within you. So, okay. The first, I don't know why, but as soon as I was laying down your cards, I got the words spiritual magic or magical manifestation. So I feel like maybe a lot of you guys are manifesting or trying to manifest something really important, but it could be taking its sweet ass time is what I'm hearing, because we have nature's timing here. So it could be taking really long time. Also, we have Saturn, and Saturn's really slow at giving rewards, especially when we're trying to manifest, or just in any shape or form. Saturn's really slow at giving rewards. It does give rewards, but it does take a lot of time. So I do feel like a lot of you are definitely on the right path. I would say what's changing within you, just from the cards, is learning how to have peace that, what you manifest or what you're trying to manifest is going to come to fruition, but it's just going to take some time. It's kind of on divine time tables, like spirit's time right now. So I do feel like a lot of you may be a little bit discontent with that. So you're learning how to have peace with that. Because I do feel like a lot of you are very, very ambitious and very confident, very creative, and are wanting this change to happen. We do have the sun in reverse though, but the fact that it came out, I feel like anytime I see the sun in reverse, it just says to me that it's a yes, but not yet, not right now. So it's not a no, it's just like a not right now, especially since we have the Page of Swords right after that. I do feel like there's more, you could just be feeling restless, and you could just be maybe waiting for communication. Maybe you're waiting for someone to kind of give you the green light or the go ahead to do something, and they're just taking their sweet ass time. Either way, I do think that there's certain things that need to occur in proper order before you get what you want, especially with this nature's timing. So when the timing is right, you're going to receive it. It's, like I said, Saturn, it delays, but it never says no. You know what I mean? It will just kind of be like, not yet. You have to wait, or you have to do this first or this first. Like, it gives you a lot more work to do, a lot more like disciplined, focused work to do, but it will always give you your reward, and it's like super big. You know what I mean? Like, Saturn is a great, like, it takes long, but it's worth the wait. Let's just say that. So I do feel like that's something that you are changing, like that type of wisdom to know that you are on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep taking initiative. You are very ambitious, like I said. Keep with the disciplined, just learning how to deal with time, and trying not to control the situation or like try not to be too restless, but just allow things to take their time in proper order. So with the Tower here, this is interesting. So we have 2 major arcanas, and that means like something major is about to happen. You know what this is reminding me of, since we have 3 tarot? Like when you are like playing, like when you're gambling or something, like the slot machines, and he has like the 777 means you're a jackpot, like you win. This is like 2 7s, and then you get like another number, and it's like you're almost there. This is probably a bad example, but like you're almost there with hitting jackpot. It's just like, keep going, keep doing what you're doing. That's all I keep hearing. Like, keep grounding yourself, keep being persistent, stay practical, keep, I feel like a lot of you are like maturing and then learning about self-control, especially with the North Node here. You could have Saturn, what's Saturn represent? Capricorn. You could have your North Node in Capricorn, or Saturn also represents Aquarius. You could have your North Node in Aquarius. You don't have to, but I do feel like Saturn, you could have your Saturn and your North Node together in the same house. But regardless, I do feel like you have this destiny to give people wisdom, to help people, to serve people. But that comes with maturity, and that also comes with lessons, and like harsh lessons. Like Saturn is harsh, like harsh lessons, harsh realities, truth, discipline, like, but you'll be wiser for it. You'll be better for it. Saturn's all about like, you'll be better because I made you wait type of thing. Which is true, especially if you could be going through your Saturn return right now, which usually happens around the age of like, it could start anywhere from like 27 to like 33, like that time frame. That's when you're kind of it's more potent, like 29, 30, 31. But yeah, you could be going through that, and you could be like making changes on like your destiny. You could be wanting to go back to school or learn a new craft or something. There's some type of purpose you're fulfilling that has to do with, it could be to do something with traditions or something practical. It doesn't have to be. It's something creative, but you're taking a practical approach on it, and it's something that provides peace to you. But I think you're just kind of impatient with like seeing the rewards of that, because I feel like you've been working on this for a while, honestly. I feel like this is something you're just waiting to hit that like jackpot. Basically, you're waiting to see that like reward of you committing to your destiny. You know what I mean? And I think what's changing within you is the fact that you are no longer veering off. You're, like I said, it's just the timing you're struggling with, which is fair. Saturn also represents time. So, and again, this is like not a short thing. This is like long time, like, like 30 years type shit. It doesn't have to be that long, but it's a like, it's a long time. And then with like the North Node, this is like your true destiny. Like I said, this is like your purpose. This is your practice. This is your beacon of light. This is like the process. This is your fulfillment. This is your something blossoming. This is like becoming more mature, becoming more self-controlled. Maybe you're even becoming more like disciplined and self-controlled, like I said, and more mature in this field. I think there's always a reason why, Saturn is always here to teach us karma and to reward us after we have dealt with that karma in, like I said, a very, very big way. So I do feel like, oh my God, I was going to say something really good, but I forgot it. Okay, it'll come back to me if it's important. I do feel like you're going to hit your fruition. Like something's going to come to your fruition, and that's part of your journey, but again, you have to wait for it. Like, there's other things you have to learn. There's more maturity for you to do. There's more like grounding, or there's more growing for you to do. There's more and with that growth, especially with Saturn here, comes difficulty, but you'll be better for it. I just keep saying that just because Saturn is really strong here. So I feel like a lot of you have really strong Saturn or Capricorn or Aquarius in your chart. You don't have to, but I do feel like that energy. You're going to be tested a lot more as well. And again, it's because your destiny is super, super powerful. Like, you are like some type of big leader, wise leader, a shaman, a guru, something like that. Your mission in this world, in this life, is really grand. So that's why Saturn is doing this for you, because you need to learn all the lessons. You need to pass all the tests. You need to kind of discipline yourself enough to know that when you get to this point of your destiny coming to fruition, like your whatever you're wanting to manifest, that you will be able to handle it no matter what, because that's when the true, like, you know what I mean, the true kind of tests come in. You know what I mean? It's almost like you're going through practice tests right now, which seem, are just as difficult as maybe the real test that will come later on. You know what I mean? Okay, so with this card, it's the second chakra, it's the sacral chakra, and it is in reverse. It's Archangel Ariel. So this is all about intimacy and creativity. So when this card is reversed, this means that your creativity is blocked, your intimacy is blocked. You could have a fear of intimacy, and this could be something that you need to learn before you meet your future spouse, before you meet that partner that you've been wanting for this whole time. And I do think there's just some type of lesson here that you're learning, and it's a lesson about time, I feel, and it's a lesson about intimacy for some of you. Well, all of you, it's going to be the time, but for some of you, it's also going to be about intimacy and learning how to be more intimate with yourself, being more emotionally available, more emotionally open, needing to take more risks to open up to new and different ideas. Because with Saturn here, you could be a little rigid or a little bit too structured in how things should go, and in rules and regulate, not to say like to break rules, but kind of having that balance of like, what's best for you may not be best for other people, and what's best for other people may not be what's best for you. Instead of like grouping everyone in one thing, kind of thinking outside the box. And Saturn doesn't really like to do that, but I do feel like that's something that like is keeping you from kind of speeding this along a little faster, if that makes sense. Like, you need to kind of look outside the box a little bit. May mean that you may have to have a tower moment with this tower card here. It's upheaval, and it speaks about like an awakening, but a very disruptive awakening. So something may have to come to not an end, but something may need to definitely be restructured and before you can move along on your path. Does that make sense? So like I said, open up to new ideas. I do feel like, again, this card speaks about like going inward and finding the feelings that may be causing this blockage. It has to do with your way of thinking, I feel. It has to do with some type of restraint you're putting on yourself, some type of maybe over-realistic expectation. It could be you trying to control the situation, or you just kind of maybe even like you putting yourself in a box, and you need to expand your creativity or your passions, your projects, your purpose, or in some way. There's something about kind of going outside the box here. And, calling upon Archangel Ariel, if you feel comfortable with that, will help you release old fears and self-limitation. So that could be something that you may want to try, or just affirm that you're opening up to spirit's love and creative inspiration. I just feel like there's problems around that, and intimacy of all kinds. Like I said, it could be sexual, or it could be, something in particular, but there's like, spirit wants to calm and heal this energy. They don't want you to feel like this anymore, because it is blocking you. And this is a hard lesson, but it's like you're kind of resisting the lesson, if that makes sense. You're resisting this particular test. It's kind of like why that example come in my head? It's almost like when like you were in school and like there's like maybe like you are really bad at math, and like even though you've studied, even though like, okay, you're like whatever, like math is whatever, but there's this like really big test that you're just like, I do not want to do this. Like, so you're like resisting it. You're like, like holding it off as long as you can. Like, I've been there, trust me. So I know what this is about. It's kind of like that. It's because you just don't want to take the test. Or it could be like you just don't even want to look at the study guide because you're just like, I don't know this shit. Like, I just don't want to do this. Like, this is not, I'm not a math person. I don't need math. Like, it's almost like that. It's almost like you're like, I don't need to look outside the box. I don't need to expand my creativity. I don't need to, you know what I mean? But Saturn is saying you do, because there's wisdom to be gained there. There's something important to be gained from you opening up yourself to a new way of thinking and new ideas. And it's because you are meant to share this with other people because it's part of your destiny. See? As long as you feel safe and comfortable. And I just feel like you just don't feel safe or comfortable expressing yourself in this way, in intimate ways, or sharing your art with people, or sharing your whatever art you have to share. You know what I mean? I think there's just a lesson there, and that's what's blocking you. And even if you do share it, there's something where you're not completely comfortable with it, or you're not sharing it in a way that's truly authentic, if that makes sense. It's going to be different for everybody, but there's something about it that's a little bit, I'm just getting like Spirit's giving me like this shady energy. Like, they're not doing it quite right. Like, they're kind of trying to go around it, instead of just taking it head on and having courage. And Carnelian, this is all about courage, self-confidence, and creativity. And with the sun in reverse, this also speaks about like not being confident, kind of doubting yourself a lot, being pessimistic, just being discontent, not being happy, not being authentic. So there is a lesson here about what's changing within you is you needing to be more authentic, more optimistic, more content with yourself, even if that means you're going to disrupt some things around you or disrupt some type of structure. That honestly, with the tower, if the tower comes up, it means that the foundation of whatever you're talking, whatever situation the tower comes up in, like whatever question we're asking, if the tower comes up, it means that the foundation was never really solid to begin with. So there's another thing for you. So there's just like this foundation that needs to be disrupted anyways, and I think you're just avoiding disrupting it because you're scared, which is fair. But you're also holding yourself back from your true destiny and from gaining a lot of wisdom from what you could learn from this lesson that you are about to embark on, or have been embarking on, but kind of just not taking it seriously, or not really seeing the benefit of it, because I'm just getting so much benefit of it. Again, they keep doing like spiritual magic manifestation there. So there's something that really wants to come through for you guys. And I think there's just some resistance around that, because it means you have to kind of restructure your whole mindset or your whole life or something like that. But yeah, so that is what I see for you guys. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope this provided you with some type of guidance and clarity to your situation. If not, feel free to pick another pile if you feel guided to do so. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Take care. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the Labradorite stone, this is your reading for what is changing within you. So first thing I got here, some keywords were psychic abilities, vision, intent. You guys are very powerful visionaries. Like, I think a lot of you chose this have very strong visions or premonitions, or just like a very strong intuition about your future, about yourself. It could be something small, from like, you dreaming about an old friend and then you see that friend when the next day or something. But I think it's more like a long-term vision, you know what I mean, about how you see yourself. Like, you see yourself in a certain way. It's like your future self, you see it like as yourself right now. Like, you're already that future person. You already live in that future house, that future home. You already have that future car. Like, you see it, you know it, and it's very powerful in your manifestations. Like, you have very powerful manifestation abilities. So if that's not something you resonate with, you should try that, because I do feel like it will support you in manifesting whatever you want. And just knowing that you have it, because whatever you set your mind to, whatever you put your attention on, or whatever you set your sights on, you will get it. So make sure you're really purposeful and really focusing on what you want and not what you don't want, because you are very close to achieving some type of dream. You can achieve all your dreams, to be honest. This is a group that any dream you have, you can achieve it or will come to fruition. Especially with the Four of Wands here, there's like big celebration, but I do feel like there's some blocked energy going around that. So let me see here. Okay, so the temple path. So they're pointing me to this card. It is in reverse, and the temple path speaks about spiritual purpose and support. So when it's in reverse, this card speaks about you're not on the right path. You've fallen off your path in some way. You're either too focused on worldly possessions or material gain, or just you're too focused like on other people's business. You're too focused on what other people have and what you don't. It's just you're like I said, your focus is on the wrong thing. Or you could just be maintaining some type of old unhealthy like habit of fear, limitation, worry, doubt, something like that. But whatever's distracting you, honestly, when this card comes up in reverse, it's a message that it's time to make your spiritual life and evolution a much higher priority, like I said, and really take your powers under your control, like take your power back. It's almost like you've been giving your power away by focusing on the wrong shit. So yeah, you're definitely losing your power. That's where the blockage is coming in. So I would say there's a need here to meditate, because I just keep wanting to take deep breaths. So breathing work could be something important to you guys. Meditation, a need to clear your mind and open up to the presence of spirit, because spirit is with you all around. I'm getting like goosebumps and chills as I say that. So definitely spirit is with you guys a lot, like every day, like all the time. And then whatever else may be going on around you, it's a distraction, but it's also part of your plan. Does that make sense? Oh my gosh, why did I don't know. There's something about it that it's teaching you how to focus, I feel. Yeah. Okay, it's teaching you how to focus. It's teaching you how to be intentful on where you place your energy and your focus, because that's like a lesson. So that's like the type of lesson that you're learning. So what's changing within you is where you put your focus. And know that spirit is just available to you. I just keep getting spirit, like goosebumps and stuff. So you need to turn to your spirit more. You need to trust your spirit more, because it's like you're refusing to turn on the light kind of thing. You're refusing to see the truth, or you're refusing to kind of trust spirit. You're refusing to see what you want to see. Like you're just not focused. It's just something about your vision. Like you're just not focused on what you need to be focused on. Like you're just focused on the wrong thing. And I feel like this is tough for you. Like this is maybe you get distracted like easily. And so this is a really hard lesson for you. And you're trying to change that by focusing on yourself. Like you're always like, you know how people say like stay in your lane? Like you're always switching lanes. Like you're always in this person's lane and that person's lane, like veering off into like another highway, or like, you don't know, another road. Like there's something about this wanting to be in your lane, focused on what you want, intentful, purposeful, that's going to take a lot of courage, and it's going to need a lot of your inner strength. And it's like a fear. There's something you need to face. You need to face this fear with confidence, because you're scared to do this for some reason. That's interesting. We have the 9 of Wands, the 4 of Wands, and then the 7 of Swords. Okay. A lot of passion, a lot of intent. I do think, again, you have achieved a lot, or are going to achieve a lot, or can achieve a lot. There's a lot of achievement harmony here. There's a lot of persistence and strong will. Okay, the 7 of Swords is bothering me. Okay, so like the 7 of Swords is not the best card. It's about deception, like sneaky behavior. And I don't know if this is you or someone else, but okay, Spirit's telling me it's you. Maybe there's a level of self-deception that you're telling yourself of why maybe you are having a hard time focusing on yourself, on what you want, on your goals and stuff like that. Instead of, you could be blaming others for why you can't focus on your goals, or blaming, you could be playing the blame game in some way. There's like this type of self-betrayal that's happening with you. Like you're betraying yourself, you're abandoning yourself because of other people, because of it could be of another person. It could be a partner that's not really the most supportive partner. For a few of you, you could be with a partner that is leading you down the wrong path. Does that make sense? And I didn't mean this to be triggering, but there's someone, and it doesn't have to be romantic. It could just be a friend or someone, but I want to say it's romantic for a few of you. That's like kind of leading you down the wrong path. They're kind of, or you're just allowing them to, honestly, you're allowing them to lead you down the wrong path. You're allowing them to kind of deceive you in some way, because I feel like you know the truth of this person, you know the truth of this connection or relationship, but you keep telling yourself a different story. You keep lying to yourself about it. And okay, so again, didn't mean for this to be triggering. So, but if you'll resonate with this, if this is something you already know, I feel like you have to have a strong level of self-awareness if this makes sense to you. If it doesn't, just ignore it. But this is a really strong message that's coming through. There's like this, if this is about a relationship, like a romantic one, there's a lot of passion, like a lot of play, a lot of like sex, a lot of entertaining. Like this person's very entertaining. You both enjoy each other's company. You both are very creative. You both like to party and pleasure each other. There's a lot of pleasure with this person. I feel like something's off with this. Like this, there's either something that's not being said, something that you're afraid to tell this person. It could be as simple as this person just likes to have fun all the time and you need to get down to business. You need to focus on yourself and you're just afraid to tell this person that you can't hang out if this is a friend or even a lover. You know what I mean? It could just be something like that. There's something that needs to be communicated that you're not communicating. And it's about your future, because it's like this person is just not, or more, take your power back. You're allowing this person to kind of lead you off track a little bit, instead of you speaking up and being like, hey, I gotta work, or hey, I gotta do this, or hey, I have to like do some self-care today. It's like you're not doing that. You're kind of just having fun all the time, which is fine, but it's like it's kind of just deteriorate. It's removing you from your spiritual path, a path that you need to take for you to be where you want to be, for you to kind of manifest the future you want. You know what I mean? This person's not like blocking you per se, but they are like veering you off, the path, veering you off your future path, I guess. And if this is not a person, then this is just a message saying that you need to communicate your passions more. Mercury in the 5th house. You could have Mercury in the 5th house. 5th house represents Leo. You could have Mercury in Leo. You don't have to, or you could just have strong Leo or strong Mercury placement or something like that. But either way, I do feel like there is something you're learning, perhaps some information you're gaining about someone, something creative. Because the 5th house also represents romance, creativity, pleasure, passions, love affairs, soulmates, playtime, children. There's something, honestly, a lot of you could have this like passion to speak, to communicate. Maybe you're a very passionate talker and you want to make that in your like your purpose or your career. It could be that you want to write passionate love affair novels or something. You want to be a creative writer. You want to be you want to be an entertainer in some way. You want to be something. There's just something, whatever it is in the creative house, in this creative field you're doing. It's like you're not doing it because you're scared of like the backlash, and you're blaming it on circumstances outside of yourself that you have no control over, of why you can't speak your truth, why you can't perform, why you can't entertain, why you can't be a costume designer, why you can't date, or have like a romantic date with someone, or go to a party or something. You're telling yourself some type of deception, and like it's just kind of muffing up your future plans, like how you see yourself in the future. And there's so much for you to be happy about, and there's so much celebration coming to you, and so much harmony and achievement. But it's just kind of like the 7 of Swords is like a buzzkill, I'm not gonna lie. Like this is just like, and like I said, this could be your own like mindset, your own thoughts, or it could be someone like telling you this shit. Like it's just something about it is just shitty. Like whether this person is saying shitty stuff to you or you're saying shitty stuff to yourself, like it's just kind of like, it's not encouraging. It's laced in fear and doubt and deception, and it's just not true. Whatever you're thinking that is making you fearful or making you not have the courage to do something, it's not true. If this person's telling you something that makes you feel that way, it's not true. there's a strong message here about listening to your body and listening to your reactions. Like if you're telling yourself something and you feel bad, stop telling yourself that thing. I know it's, easier said than done, but for real, like there's a reason we have these reactions to thoughts or different people or energies or like whatever people say, because if it doesn't make you feel good, then it's something that you shouldn't really pay that much attention to. And not to say like, okay, like you just have to be like overly positive, optimistic all the time. That's not healthy. But like, if there's just maybe someone that always like doubts you or always is just like putting fear on you or making you feel fear in some way, then that's something that you need to kind of distance yourself from. If you're telling yourself something that's always making you scared to do something, you need to kind of look into that and figure out why, and then tell yourself a different story, because it's blocking your manifestations from happening. It's blocking your future. It's blocking you from achieving your dreams. It's blocking you from getting what you deserve, even though it's already here. I feel like it's here. Like literally it's on your doorstep or something, but you are like deceiving yourself, telling you like that's not it, or that can't be it, or I'm too scared to open that, package, or I'm too scared to do that. I'm too scared to take that opportunity. It's like you have this opportunity, but you're too scared to take it, or someone's telling you you should be scared to take it. You know what I mean? And you have to have this courage, because this is like this inner strength. You have to have this inner strength, because this is something you're going to have to push through. You're going to have to be a little persistent with yourself and resilient here, or like strong-willed or some way. Like it's something you're going to have to just break through, because once you do, I'm telling you, you're going to have like, you're going to be on the other side and you're going to be like, what the fuck was I doing? Excuse my language. What was I doing? Like thinking that, or letting that person tell me that, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's straightforward into that way. I feel like I've kind of explained it enough here. So yeah, so that's what's changing within you. So I hope this was helpful. I'm going to leave it here. You got this. Let me just say that. I don't want to leave it on that note. Like, you got this. You know what you're doing. Tell yourself the truth. And then even if it's even if you don't want to hear the truth, even if you have to tell yourself, okay, I am bullshitting myself, tell yourself another story, and just keep like reprogramming that into your subconscious mind. And then take little baby steps every day that kind of change that narrative. You know what I mean? It could be anything. But yeah, so I'm going to leave it here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending you all so much love and light. I hope this was helpful. If not, you can pick another pile if you feel guided to do so. And I will talk to you all later. Take care.